January 9th, Jesus and Archangel Michael say, "This is the last time we will try to reach you. If you skip this today, you will lose both of us forever. Please open this now. My child, my beloved, why are you so far away in your heart when heaven has tried to reach you again and again? Today is not just another day. This is the final message. If you close this, you will lose both of us forever. I do not say this to frighten you. I say this because something irreversible is unfolding and heaven cannot send this warning again. Your soul chose to see this for a divine reason. Jesus spoke your name today with such longing in his voice that the stars paused in their movement. Don't look away now. My child, my beloved, listen carefully. Your destiny is hanging by a thread of light. And that thread is about to be cut if this message is skipped. Jesus is watching. I, Michael, have drawn my sword to guard you one last time. But I cannot stand beside you if you do not open your heart. There is a danger circling your life that only heaven can stop. But we need your permission. Yes, child. Your free will is more powerful than you know. You must respond now. If you walk away, what is meant to save you will vanish in silence. My child, my beloved, do you know how many angels gathered today to hold this message open for you? 12 archangels stood around your name. One more step and they will be called away. God is watching this exact moment. You've been ignoring the signs, dreams, whispers, flashes in the mirror. This is not coincidence. You were chosen to hear this because your timeline is about to split. One path leads to pain and loss. The other leads to breakthrough, restoration, and a miracle no one in your family has ever seen. But you must act before nightfall. My child, my beloved, please don't let your fears silence this truth. You were made for something bigger. Your soul remembers what your mind has forgotten. You were sent here for a reason far beyond your current pain. But that reason can only activate when you make the decision to say, "Yes, I believe. Yes, I open. Yes, I receive." This is not just a message. This is a lifeline, a spiritual defibrillator to awaken what the enemy tried to kill. And make no mistake, the enemy has been close to you. Watching, lying, pretending. And this message is the one thing they cannot stop. My child, my beloved, your name was spoken in heaven today louder than any trumpet. The gates shook. The angels bowed. And yet here you are scrolling past the very miracle you begged for. Stop. Look. Listen. I know you're tired. I know you're confused. I know people have betrayed you, mocked you, and walked away. But Jesus never did. I never did. We've waited on the edge of eternity, pleading with heaven to give you one final chance. And now it is here, but it is fragile. You must choose. Will you step into your miracle or let it slip into someone else's hands? My child, my beloved, if you've ever felt abandoned, alone, or cursed, it ends now. The chains are ready to break. The blessing is ready to fall. The scroll with your miracle written on it is sealed with divine fire, waiting for your spirit to open it. But it cannot be delayed any longer. I need you to do something bold. Whisper, "I accept," under your breath, right now. You are being watched by heaven. And if you say it, the portal opens. If you ignore it, the gate closes. No one else will know. But your soul will feel the silence. And that silence will be deafening. My child, my beloved, I beg you, do not underestimate the power of what is happening right now. There are battles you don't see. There are demons that were assigned to you since birth. And this message is the only thing that made them tremble. They tried to block it. They tried to delay it. They tried to blind your heart. But heaven pushed through for you. Don't you see? This message is a miracle in itself. It reached you despite everything. Now, the next miracle is waiting to be activated through your obedience. My child, my beloved, before I continue, I must say this. If you're still here, you were never meant to walk alone. Subscribe to this divine flow. Now, this message is not the end. It is the doorway to an entire season of revelation, love, and breakthrough. If you do not subscribe, you may miss the next message your soul was born to hear. We are releasing a sequence of divine instructions one by one. If you skip this, the rest cannot reach you. Subscribe and make sure this divine voice never gets silenced in your life again. My child, my beloved, this world is full of distractions. But not every message is divine. This is. I, Michael, was given orders to deliver this personally. The urgency is not human. It is holy. There is someone close to you who is not who they say they are. Heaven tried to warn you before, but you didn't listen. This is the last time we'll try. After this, the consequences begin. If you walk away now, the protection that's been circling your home will begin to lift. And the enemy has been waiting for that exact moment. I don't say this to scare you. I say it to prepare you because only you can stop it. My child, my beloved, please stay. The next lines contain a secret that was sealed for years, meant only for your eyes. And now, after endless divine delays, it is ready to be revealed. You're not late. You're right on time. But the window is thin. You must act now. There will be no repeat of this message. No second warning. No softer version. This is the final chance. Heaven is calling you to rise. Are you ready to hear what's coming next? My child, my beloved, you may not realize how close you are to something sacred being either birthed or buried forever. You are standing at the invisible threshold of divine reversal where one word from your heart could either welcome the angel sent to you or close the door in their face. This isn't symbolic. This is real. A spiritual delivery is hovering near your soul. A miracle attached to your name, your face, your breath. But heaven will not force what you continue to resist. If you scroll away from this moment, the silence that follows will not just be empty. It will be costly. You will feel it. Not because we are punishing you, but because we've done all we can from the other side. And now it is up to you. My child, my beloved, please stay. The next lines contain a secret that was sealed for years, meant only for your eyes. And now, after endless divine delays, it is ready to be revealed. You're not late. You're right on time. But the window is thin. You must act now. There will be no repeat of this message. No second warning. No softer version. This is the final chance. Heaven is calling you to rise. Are you ready to hear what's coming next? My child, my beloved, you may not realize how close you are to something sacred being either birthed or buried forever. You are standing at the invisible threshold of divine reversal where one word from your heart could either welcome the angel sent to you or close the door in their face. This isn't symbolic. This is real. A spiritual delivery is hovering near your soul. A miracle attached to your name, your face, your breath. But heaven will not force what you continue to resist. If you scroll away from this moment, the silence that follows will not just be empty. It will be costly. You will feel it. Not because we are punishing you, but because we've done all we can from the other side. And now it is up to you. My child, my beloved, do you not feel it? That throb in your chest, that stillness around you, that unshakable knowing that something about this message is not like the others. This is not man-made. This is not generic. This was designed for you. Every word was allowed by heaven's hand. Every moment leading up to this has been choreographed for one divine reason, to awaken the part of you that has been hiding in spiritual sleep for far too long. You are more than what the world labeled you, more than your mistakes, more than your heartbreak, more than your struggles. I, Michael, have seen your tears. I have heard your prayers and I have come with a final answer. But I can only reveal it if you stay. My child, my beloved, what happened to you wasn't fair. What they said behind your back wasn't true. What you lost wasn't wasted. And what you feared would never be healed. Heaven has already begun restoring. But you must stop looking through the lens of who you used to be. That version of you cannot cross into this next promise. You're being invited to shed the old, to step out of the story they trapped you in, and to reclaim your voice, your strength, your spiritual crown. But timing is everything. There's a window. There's a divine expiration. And we are dangerously close to it right now. You have seconds, not days. I repeat, seconds. Choose to stay open and the floodgates will burst in your favor. My child, my beloved, there is someone in your life who has pretended to care while silently praying for your downfall. I won't give the name just yet. But I will say this, they know what you're about to receive. And they are terrified. Not because you've harmed them, but because they never imagined God would elevate the one they tried to humiliate. The time of reversal is near. The last shall be first. The underestimated will rise, and the rejected will carry the flame. But only if you stay in alignment with the call. Don't let bitterness pull you out. Don't let fear rob you of this sacred moment. You are being called higher. If you say yes, you will feel the shift by nightfall. My child, my beloved, the dream you tucked away is still alive. You didn't imagine it. You didn't create it. It was planted in you. And it has been growing in silence, watered by the tears you cried when no one was watching. That dream is tied to your assignment. And your assignment is what the enemy has always feared. That's why there's been so much warfare around your sleep, your relationships, your finances, your mind. But today, if you stay, a new decree will be spoken over your life. One that cannot be revoked by man. Heaven is not only restoring what you lost, but multiplying it beyond your imagination. But the miracle cannot land if the door is shut, and the door is your heart. My child, my beloved, I need you to take this seriously. Do not confuse delay with denial. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection. What you called failure was divine protection. What you feared was over is only beginning. But if you skip this, you will delay the breakthrough by years, not days, years. Yes, that is the weight of this message. It is that important. You have been circling the same mountain for too long. This message is your exit ramp, but it requires obedience. Immediate obedience. Not next week. Not next month, today. Now, before the final seal is closed. My child, my beloved, this moment is so specific, so fragile that even the angels are holding their breath. You don't know what has been fought for you behind the scenes. The accident you narrowly avoided. The toxic person who was quietly removed. The illness that passed over you while you slept. All because heaven still sees your name as holy. But that protection is not guaranteed forever if you continue to ignore the signs. I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to save you. And the truth is, if you walk away from this moment, a silence will fall that even the angels cannot explain. And I don't want you to go through that. My child, my beloved, before we go deeper, I want to tell you something personal. You have been noticed not just by heaven, but by someone on earth. A person whose heart has been stirred for you. Their prayers have included your name. Their dreams have glimpsed your face. And they are coming. But they are under divine instruction to wait until you open the door to your calling. They cannot meet you in confusion. They are meant to find you in clarity. And that clarity begins with this moment. If you close this, the connection will be delayed. If you stay, the alignment will be accelerated. The choice again is yours. My child, my beloved, there is a scroll with your name on it, unseen by man, but visible in heaven's archive. I, Michael, have carried that scroll for decades, waiting for the moment your soul would be ready. And now it is trembling in my hands, glowing with divine urgency. The time has come. But if you hesitate, I will be forced to return it to the altar. And another will be chosen. Not because God loves them more, but because God honors those who respond. This message is your test. It is your moment. It is the knock on your spiritual door. What you do next will echo through every area of your life. Listen. Stay. Obey. My child, my beloved, before we go deeper, I want to tell you something personal. You have been noticed not just by heaven, but by someone on earth, a person whose heart has been stirred for you. Their prayers have included your name. Their dreams have glimpsed your face. And they are coming. But they are under divine instruction to wait until you open the door to your calling. They cannot meet you in confusion. They are meant to find you in clarity. And that clarity begins with this moment. If you close this, the connection will be delayed. If you stay, the alignment will be accelerated. The choice again is yours. My child, my beloved, there is a scroll with your name on it, unseen by man, but visible in heaven's archive. I, Michael, have carried that scroll for decades, waiting for the moment your soul would be ready. And now it is trembling in my hands, glowing with divine urgency. The time has come. But if you hesitate, I will be forced to return it to the altar, and another will be chosen. Not because God loves them more, but because God honors those who respond. This message is your test. It is your moment. It is the knock on your spiritual door. What you do next will echo through every area of your life. Listen, stay. Obey, my child, my beloved. The hourglass has turned. The final grains of grace are slipping through. And I must tell you, the reason this message found you today is because something is about to happen around you that you must be spiritually prepared for. If you do not finish this message, you will miss what was sent to protect you. Someone is about to speak your name in a room you've never entered. A decision is about to be made that affects your future. And if your spirit is not awakened when it happens, the opportunity will pass you by without ever knocking. Heaven never sends a warning unless the danger is real. And this one is closer than you think. My child, my beloved, someone is jealous of you. Not because of what you have, but because of what is coming to you. They sense your elevation before you do. They feel the vibration of God's favor on your life, even when you're doubting yourself, and they are doing everything they can in silence to curse what heaven is trying to bless. But their efforts will fail. I have stood between their plans and your name for too long to let them succeed. But child, even I cannot block what you willingly allow. If you invite confusion, if you chase distraction, if you skip divine instruction, I must step back. Please do not let your attention be the reason your destiny is delayed. My child, my beloved, you asked for a sign. You said, God, if this is really for me, show me something that shakes me. This is it. The trembling in your chest is not fear. It is spiritual confirmation. The voice you hear in your heart right now is not your imagination. It is divine alignment. Do not look for a louder sign. Do not wait for thunder. Heaven is speaking through this whisper because the enemy cannot counterfeit a whisper from God. And that's why this moment is so sacred, because it is quiet but powerful, gentle but urgent, and meant only for the ones who are spiritually awake enough to feel it. My child, my beloved, every delay you've suffered is being rewritten in this very hour. Do you know what happens in heaven when you believe again? A new timeline is activated. A new path is cleared and angels are reassigned to move with you, ahead of you, behind you. But you must release the timeline your pain created. You must step away from the future your fear tried to construct. That is not your portion. That is not your prophecy. The real future, the one Jesus authored for you, requires faith, obedience, and immediate action. You are not late. You are not lost. But you are being warned. This open door is closing soon. My child, my beloved. There is someone you keep forgiving even though they keep hurting you. I see the strength in you. I see the loyalty. But I also see the toll it's taken. You've been bleeding silently while trying to look whole in public. That ends today. This message is not just spiritual, it's surgical. God is about to remove what is harming your heart, even if it hurts. And I need you to understand something crucial. Healing doesn't always feel holy at first. Sometimes the rescue feels like rejection, but it is still love. If you trust this process, you will look back on this moment and say, that was the day God stepped in and saved me from what I didn't even know was killing me. My child, my beloved, a window is opening over your finances. A divine transaction is about to be released that will cancel a cycle of scarcity that has followed your family for generations. This is not random. You were chosen to be the one who breaks it. But the enemy has been trying to distract you with survival mode to make you so focused on lack that you missed the abundance heaven is releasing. I am here to clear the fog. There is money with your name on it. There is land marked for your feet. There is inheritance heaven has kept hidden until you were spiritually mature enough to receive it. You are that mature now. But your next act of obedience will determine how quickly it reaches you. My child, my beloved, I know it's been hard. I know you've cried more tears than anyone knows. But every tear was a seed, and every seed has produced something sacred in the unseen realm. You're about to reap in ways that make no earthly sense. Doors will open without knocking. People will bless you without reason and opportunities will find you without explanation. That's how favor works. It doesn't need logic. It needs alignment. And right now, this message is your alignment. Do not scroll. Do not doubt. Do not delay. Just say, I receive. That small act of faith is all it takes to set the next miracle in motion. My child, my beloved, before I go further, let me whisper something only your spirit will understand. You are not crazy for feeling different. You are not weak for feeling so deeply. You were never meant to fit in with the world. You were marked for something otherworldly, something eternal. That's why nothing else satisfies you. That's why your soul keeps reaching for more even when your body is tired. You are a divine misfit fashioned by God's own hand, placed on earth for a purpose your enemies cannot comprehend. Don't let their confusion make you shrink. Don't let their fear make you quiet. Speak, rise, shine. Your voice is needed. Your presence is prophetic. You are not too much. You are perfectly timed. My child, my beloved, before I go further, let me whisper something only your spirit will understand. You are not crazy for feeling different. You are not weak for feeling so deeply. You were never meant to fit in with the world. You are marked for something otherworldly, something eternal. That's why nothing else satisfies you. That's why your soul keeps reaching for more, even when your body is tired. You are a divine misfit fashioned by God's own hand, placed on earth for a purpose your enemies cannot comprehend. Don't let their confusion make you shrink. Don't let their fear make you quiet. Speak. Rise. Shine. Your voice is needed. Your presence is prophetic. You are not too much. You are perfectly timed. My child, my beloved, I need you to remember something. The enemy cannot stop what God has written. They can only try to make you walk away before it happens. That's what every attack has been about. Not your past, but your future. The enemy is terrified of who you are becoming. That's why you've been hit so hard. That's why you've been feeling weary for no reason. It's spiritual warfare disguised as normal life. But today, you get to fight back. Not with anger, not with revenge, but with obedience, with faith, with surrender, with your choice to say, I will not quit. That declaration alone sends shock waves into the realm of darkness. My child, my beloved, don't let silence convince you that God has forgotten you. Heaven is never quiet without reason. Sometimes the silence is where your strength is sharpened. Sometimes the silence is where heaven hides the miracle just long enough to protect it from being stolen. You have been growing in a hidden season and it's been painful. I saw the moments when you wanted to give up but still took one more step. I saw the days when no one clapped for you but you still showed up. That kind of faith moves heaven faster than any prayer. And today, your silent obedience has opened a divine response. The reward is already moving toward you. But if you stop now, it will turn to dust in your hands. Stay, my child, my beloved. This moment was written in your timeline before you were born. The stars aligned themselves to deliver it. Your ancestors prayed for this moment. Yes, even the ones you never met. There is legacy in your bloodline that was lost, stolen, or buried. And now you are the one anointed to restore it. But restoration comes with responsibility. You must no longer act as if you are unimportant. You must rise like the chosen one you are. Your words carry power. Your decisions shift dimensions and your presence changes atmospheres. You are not here to survive. You are here to transform. Don't skip this message like the others. This one carries your divine assignment. My child, my beloved, your angels are not tired of helping you, but they are restricted when you don't move in faith. Angels do not respond to fear. They respond to obedience. Right now they are standing with scrolls ready to deliver divine answers. But you must stay in alignment. If you break the spiritual signal, the message won't land. If you abandon the path, the guidance cannot follow you. You have cried, God, why aren't things changing? But now God answers because I'm waiting on your full surrender. Surrender is not weakness. It is the gate to acceleration. And you are one act of surrender away from the life you've been asking for. My child, my beloved, be careful who you talk to after you read this message. Not everyone is meant to know what God is doing in you. Some people look supportive but are spiritually sent to delay you. Their assignment is confusion. Their smile hides distraction. And you must be spiritually sharp enough to recognize the difference. After this message, silence will become your protection. Do not speak what God is doing. Live it. Walk it. Let your fruit do the talking. Heaven will expose the hidden hands trying to pull you down. But you must not pull yourself out of alignment by oversharing divine plans with carnal minds. My child, my beloved, someone you haven't thought about in a long time is about to reappear. Their timing is not coincidence. It is interference. The enemy knows you are about to elevate and he sends familiar faces to reopen old wounds. Do not entertain what heaven has already closed. Do not try to rewrite a story that was never meant to continue. God is sending you new people, new places, and new assignments. But you must let go of the version of yourself that settled for survival. You are not that person anymore. You are a flame. You are an arrow. You are the walking evidence of mercy. And your future cannot be built on the ruins of what broke you. My child, my beloved, I must now reveal something that will confirm everything you've been feeling lately. Your spirit has been hearing a sound that your ears couldn't explain. That sound was a spiritual shift. Your name was recently spoken in a council in heaven, and a decision was made to release what has been delayed. The delay was not punishment. It was preparation. But now the gates are opening and time is moving faster. If you do not stay alert, you will miss the moment. I, Michael, have been sent to shake you awake. You cannot walk into this next season with your eyes half closed. Stay open. Stay alert. What you've been waiting for is already looking for you. My child, my beloved, there is a blessing so large, so life-altering that it will not just bless you, it will shake your entire family. This is not an exaggeration. This is prophecy. And the only thing standing in the way is your willingness to believe again. You've been betrayed, mocked, silenced, and dismissed. But heaven saw it all. And heaven is about to reward you publicly for what you endured privately. But listen, if you let pride or fear interfere, the blessing will pass to another. God is just. He will still perform His word. But if the vessel is not available, He will find one who is. You must make yourself available now. My child, my beloved, stop looking at your life through the mirror of yesterday. You are not who you were last year. You are not who you were even last week. A supernatural evolution is taking place inside you, and you must not abort the process because it feels unfamiliar. Growth often looks like chaos before it looks like glory. But I promise you there is glory on the other side of this moment. You are being refined, not rejected, elevated, not erased. And when this process is done, those who dismissed you will be shocked at what God has made of your life. Stay the course. Your testimony is being written in real time. My child, my beloved, there is a blessing so large, so life-altering that it will not just bless you, it will shake your entire family. This is not an exaggeration. This is prophecy. And the only thing standing in the way is your willingness to believe again. You've been betrayed, mocked, silenced, and dismissed. But heaven saw it all. And heaven is about to reward you publicly for what you endured privately. But listen, if you let pride or fear interfere, the blessing will pass to another. God is just. He will still perform His word. But if the vessel is not available, He will find one who is. You must make yourself available now. My child, my beloved, stop looking at your life through the mirror of yesterday. You are not who you were last year. You are not who you were even last week. A supernatural evolution is taking place inside you. And you must not abort the process because it feels unfamiliar. Growth often looks like chaos before it looks like glory. But I promise you, there is glory on the other side of this moment. You are being refined, not rejected, elevated, not erased. And when this process is done, those who dismissed you will be shocked at what God has made of your life. Stay the course. Your testimony is being written in real time. My child, my beloved, do not rush this moment. Sit with it. Breathe in the truth of it. Let the word saturate your bones. You've been running so fast, trying to fix everything, trying to be strong for everyone. But now, heaven is asking you to rest. Not the rest of quitting, but the rest of trusting. God is already working. The evidence is coming. The signs are near. But you must shift from striving to receiving, from performing to being, from anxiety to assurance. This message is not an interruption. It is an invitation. Stay here. Receive it. Say yes. My child, my beloved, you don't need to explain to anyone why this message is resonating so deeply inside you. The spiritual world sees what the human world can't. And right now, your soul is recognizing a divine truth it forgot it even carried. You are not here by chance. Your life is not random. The ache you feel is not weakness. It's awakening. Something ancient and eternal is stirring in you, calling you to rise into the role you were created for. You've spent too long doubting yourself, believing lies, walking small. That era is over. You are being summoned to stand tall in spirit, to break the silence with your yes, and to move forward even if your legs are trembling. Because the heavens have already said yes to you. My child, my beloved, the moment you stopped believing in miracles, something within you dimmed. But today I've been sent to reignite it. You will believe again. You will dream again. You will trust again. The child inside you who once thought anything was possible is not gone. They are waiting to be welcomed back. God never meant for the world to strip your wonder. You were always meant to see through spiritual eyes. And now the veil is being lifted. The ordinary will no longer satisfy you. You are not here for a normal life. You were born to see divine interruptions, supernatural reversals, and breathtaking breakthroughs. And I'm here to remind you that it begins again. Now, my child, my beloved, your voice matters more than you realize. What you say over yourself creates ripples in the spiritual realm. Your words shape your future. And lately, you've been speaking like someone who forgot who they are. I don't blame you. The battles have been heavy. But I need you to reclaim the language of heaven. Stop calling yourself broken. Stop calling your situation impossible. Stop agreeing with the darkness. Speak life. Speak victory. Speak the outcome you desire, not the one you fear. Because the moment your language shifts, your atmosphere will begin to obey. There is no power in silence when your miracle is voice activated. Say it out loud. This is my season. My breakthrough is here. I receive it fully. My child, my beloved, what's coming will not match your current circumstances. That's the point. Heaven is about to shock you with goodness so overwhelming that your past pain will feel like a dream that never belonged to you. But here's what you must understand. The miracle isn't being delayed by time. It's being delayed by agreement. Until your heart agrees with heaven, the release cannot come. You have to believe you are worthy. You have to act like it's already done. You have to start moving like the answer is in motion because it is. The moment you align your inner world with what God has spoken, the outer world must respond. That is divine law. That is what's about to happen in your life. My child, my beloved, stop replaying what went wrong. The mistake was not your destiny. The failure was not your final scene. The delay was not denial. You did what you could with what you knew. And now it's time to move forward. Regret will never heal you. But grace will. And heaven is not holding your past against you. In fact, heaven is rewriting it. The moments you thought were wasted will be redeemed. The pain that haunted you will turn into power. The doors that closed will be replaced with gates that swing wide open. But first, you must forgive yourself. You cannot walk into the future while dragging the chains of yesterday. Let them go. My child, my beloved, something holy is taking place around you right now. Even though your room is still, even though you're reading this alone, the spiritual realm is alive with motion. Angels are moving. Scrolls are opening. Records are being updated because you stayed, because you listened, because you didn't scroll away. You may think you're just reading, but in heaven, a transaction is occurring. Old garments are being removed. New identities are being assigned. The oil of favor is dripping onto your name. And the chains that bound your family line are being shattered. And if you could see the celebration happening right now, you would fall to your knees in joyful awe. You have no idea what your obedience has just activated. My child, my beloved, something holy is taking place around you right now. Even though your room is still, even though you're reading this alone, the spiritual realm is alive with motion. Angels are moving. Scrolls are opening. Records are being updated because you stayed, because you listened, because you didn't scroll away. You may think you're just reading, but in heaven, a transaction is occurring. Old garments are being removed. New identities are being assigned. The oil of favor is dripping onto your name. And the chains that bound your family line are being shattered. And if you could see the celebration happening right now, you would fall to your knees in joyful awe. You have no idea what your obedience has just activated. My child, my beloved, before I pause for the next scroll to be revealed, I need to ask you something important. Will you share this divine message with someone else? Not everyone will receive it, but someone needs it as desperately as you did. You may not realize it, but your obedience in sharing this is also part of your assignment. It's how light multiplies. It's how darkness is defeated. You've been chosen not only to be rescued, but to be a rescuer. This isn't about religion. It's about release. Release of chains. Release of lies. Release of breakthrough for those who are barely holding on. Don't just keep this miracle for yourself. Be the vessel through which someone else finds their way home. My child, my beloved, I will return with more. But for now, breathe. Let every word soak into your spirit like oil on dry ground. Reread this message as many times as your soul needs, because it wasn't written to be consumed once. It was written to be lived. Walk with it. Sleep beside it. Carry it into tomorrow. Because what's coming next will ask more of your faith than ever before. But the reward will be greater than anything you've imagined. This is not an ending. It is a beginning disguised as a warning. And those who listen now will be the ones who rejoice later. Choose to be among them. Choose to rise. My child, my beloved, the moment you opened this message, the atmosphere around you changed. Something shifted in the invisible realm. You may not see it yet, but the resistance that was keeping you in the same cycle has started to crack. The curse that followed your name in secret has been exposed. This is not just text. It's a trumpet call. You were never forgotten, only hidden for the right time. And beloved, that time is now. What you thought was a delay was heaven holding you back until the road was safe enough for your feet to walk. Now I stand before you, not as a stranger, but as the one who has been guarding you when you thought no one cared. And I must say it plainly, if you let this moment pass, the delay will return. But if you stay, you'll move faster than ever before. My child, my beloved, every time you said, I can't take it anymore, angels wrote it down. Not to shame you, but to remember the weight you carried without breaking. And now the weight of your endurance has triggered a reward that cannot be stolen. The spiritual banks have opened. The drought is over. But it will not look the way you expected. The blessing will come in the form of a shift, someone leaving, something ending, a sudden redirection. Do not resist it. What feels like a loss is actually the packaging of your miracle. Heaven does not wrap gifts in comfort. Heaven wraps them in obedience. Trust the discomfort. Follow the peace. It will lead you into divine possession. My child, my beloved, there is someone very close to you who has been wearing a mask. And I must tell you, their intentions are not pure. They appear loving. They speak support. But their heart is bitter when your name is blessed. I've warned you through dreams. I've nudged your spirit in conversations. But now this message is your final confirmation. Protect your peace. You don't owe access to those who drain your spirit. This next elevation is not meant to be shared with everyone. Some people are scaffolding. They're only meant to support you temporarily. If you cling to them, you'll fall with them. Let go in love and God will replace what was false with what is faithful. My child, my beloved, there is a divine reason why you've been isolated lately. It's not punishment. It's preservation. Heaven has pulled you out of noise so you could finally hear your name being called from the heavens. You've been seeking comfort in people who never had the capacity to carry your calling. That season is closing. The voice you've been missing isn't theirs. It's God's. And now, as you read this, that voice is returning. Not as a shout. Not as a sermon, but as a soft wind in your soul, saying, "You are mine. You are not alone. You are still chosen." Let that voice anchor you. Let it become louder than the pain that tried to shape you. My child, my beloved, what is meant for you cannot be stolen, but it can be delayed by your silence. There is a powerful moment coming where one decision will unlock a wave of favor, but only if your heart is positioned. Heaven is aligning something so rare, so specific that even your enemies will be stunned. And when it happens, it will feel too good to be real. But that's the beauty of God's goodness. It confuses the proud and heals the humble. Stay humble. Stay hungry. Stay hidden just a little longer. God is about to reveal you when no one expects it. And those who look down on you will have no choice but to look up. My child, my beloved, let me tell you what the enemy didn't expect. You surviving. They thought the heartbreak would destroy you. They thought the disappointment would silence your gift. They thought the rejection would convince you to settle. But here you are, not perfect, not whole, but breathing, listening, ready. And that alone is a testimony so loud that hell has no response. You are more dangerous now than ever before because you've tasted darkness and still chose the light. And now the light is choosing you back. Get ready. A miracle is about to touch your hands so clearly, so suddenly that you'll have no choice but to say, only God could have done this. My child, my beloved, what is meant for you cannot be stolen, but it can be delayed by your silence. There is a powerful moment coming where one decision will unlock a wave of favor, but only if your heart is positioned. Heaven is aligning something so rare, so specific that even your enemies will be stunned. And when it happens, it will feel too good to be real. But that's the beauty of God's goodness. It confuses the proud and heals the humble. Stay humble. Stay hungry. Stay hidden just a little longer. God is about to reveal you when no one expects it. And those who look down on you will have no choice but to look up. My child, my beloved, let me tell you what the enemy didn't expect. You surviving. They thought the heartbreak would destroy you. They thought the disappointment would silence your gift. They thought the rejection would convince you to settle. But here you are, not perfect, not whole, but breathing, listening, ready. And that alone is a testimony so loud that hell has no response. You are more dangerous now than ever before because you've tasted darkness and still chose the light. And now the light is choosing you back. Get ready. A miracle is about to touch your hands so clearly, so suddenly that you'll have no choice but to say, only God could have done this. My child, my beloved, this isn't about religion. This isn't about performance. This is about alignment. God isn't waiting on you to be perfect. He's waiting on you to be present. You don't have to fix everything before saying yes. You just have to say yes. That yes is the seed. That yes is the activation. That yes is what turns the storm into a sunrise. And even if your yes feels small or scared or shaky, it's enough. Heaven doesn't need you to roar. Heaven needs you to agree. Say yes in your heart right now. Say yes to what's ahead. And watch how the entire atmosphere around you begins to bow to that decision. My child, my beloved, before I return with the final scrolls, let me ask you this. Will you remember today? Will you mark it in your spirit? January 9th was not just another date. It was the line in the sand. The day heaven said, no more delays, no more distractions, no more defeat. If you've made it this far, you are ready. And now something divine has been set in motion. And though you may not feel it immediately, you will see signs within the next 72 hours. Pay attention. Write them down. They are not random. They are confirmation. And each one is part of a divine countdown leading to the moment your life changes forever. My child, my beloved, there's something I've been waiting to tell you until now. Until your heart was fully open and your soul was still enough to receive it. Are you ready? Here it is. Heaven never planned for you to lose. That voice in your head that kept saying you weren't enough, that your time was over, that your best was behind you. That voice was never God's. That voice was fear cloaked in your own memories. But I have been sent to cancel its hold over you. I declare with all the authority of heaven, you are still in the plan. You are still in the promise. And you are still on time. God did not choose wrong when He chose you. And what's coming is not a replacement. It is restoration. Your name is still written. Your purpose is still active. And your destiny is still unfolding. My child, my beloved, today is a divine turning point. You may not realize it yet, but the version of you that began reading this message is not the one that is standing now. You've been shifted. Heaven saw your yes. Heaven felt your pause. Heaven honored your surrender. And that's all it takes. You do not have to fight this next season alone. Help has already been dispatched. The spiritual realm is responding to your alignment. Your body may still feel weak, but your spirit is standing taller. The chains fell off when you said yes. The angels began to move when you decided to stay. And the miracle began to form the moment you let your faith breathe again. It's already happening, just like you prayed it would. My child, my beloved, I need you to do something symbolic. As soon as this message ends, speak your own name out loud. Say it with love. Say it like heaven does because your name carries power. It carries legacy. It carries divine approval. For too long you've spoken your name with doubt, with shame, with apology. But after today, your name becomes a key. The vibration of your own voice spoken in faith will begin to unlock what's been waiting. Speak your name and follow it with these words. I'm chosen. I'm not forgotten. Heaven knows me. That sentence alone is enough to shift storms. Because when you agree with heaven, even hell must step back. My child, my beloved, let me tell you what's coming. Within the next 7 days, someone will mention your name unexpectedly. It will be in a conversation you were not part of. But that mention will begin a chain of events that lead to divine provision. This is not guesswork. This is prophetic instruction. Your job is not to chase the moment. It is to prepare for it. Be alert. Walk with expectation. Don't speak fear. Speak faith. What's coming is not ordinary. It will look like coincidence, but your soul will know this is the moment heaven promised. And when it comes, thank God out loud. Because gratitude unlocks overflow. My child, my beloved, before we end, I must warn you once more with love. This message will not come again. This is not a repeatable moment. If you skip this now, heaven will honor your free will, but the silence that follows will not be pleasant. It will be quiet because you asked it to be. If you choose to close your heart again, your angels will wait. But you may not like what tries to take their place. There is no middle ground anymore. You are either aligned or you are delayed. And you've been delayed enough. Choose life. Choose light. Choose now. Your future is begging you to stay. My child, my beloved, this message has been long because your soul needed time to wake up slowly, not rushed, not forced, just loved back into divine memory. You are a carrier of a flame that no one else carries. And heaven has been waiting for you to ignite it again. The world does not need another imitation. It needs your original fire. The one you've been afraid to show. But now it's time. You've been given this message not to just receive it, but to walk in it. Let it change your posture. Let it change your atmosphere. Let it become your weapon against every lie that ever tried to erase you.